After she was gone, I found her diary. It wasn't hidden, not really. Just tucked away on the highest shelf of her closet. A simple, leather-bound book, worn at the corners, its pages yellowed with time. For years it sat there quietly, while life kept rushing forward. But that day when the house was silent and her absence felt heavier than ever, I reached for it. I didn't know what I would find. And then she spoke to me again. Every page was filled with words for me, advice, prayers, love, things she had wanted to say but maybe didn't know how to. Things she had written down instead, trusting the future to bring them to me when the time was right. I opened the first page, her handwriting, instantly familiar, neat, careful, with little curls at the ends of her letters. It began simply, "My child, if you are reading this, it means I am no longer there to hold your hand. But I hope my words can still guide you." I froze. My throat tightened, tears blurred the ink. She was gone, and yet here she was, speaking across time. The diary was not just a book, it was her voice, her presence, stitched into paper. As I turned each page, memories came flooding back. The way she would hum in the kitchen while stirring soup. The way she laughed when I told her silly jokes. The way she looked at me like I was her whole world. And now, here in my hands, was proof. I really was her world. She had written to me through the years, some entries from when I was small. "Today you learned to ride your bike. You fell twice but got up 3 times. I pray you'll carry that same courage into your life." Others from when I was older. "You don't say much these days. You shut your bedroom door and I wonder if I've lost you, but I hope you know my love waits on the other side." Always I couldn't breathe as I read those lines. She had seen me, even when I thought no one did. Her words weren't always gentle, some were warnings. "Please don't let anger guide your choices. It burns fast, but leaves scars that take years to heal." Some were dreams. "I hope you'll find someone who looks at you the way I look at you, with pride, with faith, with love that never gives up." And some were prayers. "God, keep my child safe. Let them never feel alone. And if they must cry, let them also know that joy will return." I cried harder than I had in years. But strangely, I didn't feel broken. I felt held. This diary became more than just her thoughts. It became a conversation, a bridge. She was gone from this world, yes. But through her words, she sat beside me again, whispering guidance, pouring love into the cracks of my grief. I thought about all the times I had rushed past her, too busy, too distracted. The unanswered phone calls, the short visits, the words I left unsaid. Regret hit me like a wave. But the diary caught me. It reminded me of something she had once told me in person. Love doesn't die when people do. It stays if you let it. And now I knew she had believed that deeply, because page after page, her love lived on. Days turned into weeks. I found myself returning to the diary again and again. Some mornings I'd read just one entry with my coffee. Some nights, when the loneliness felt unbearable, I'd read 5 or 6, clinging to every word. Each time I discovered something new. A story about the day I was born, a secret about her own fears, a reflection about forgiveness. She had written for me, but also for herself. It was her way of making sense of life, of holding on to what mattered. And now it was my way of holding on to her. One entry near the end of the diary changed me forever. It said, "My love, if the world ever feels too heavy, remember this, you were enough for me. Always. You didn't have to earn my love. You never had to be perfect. You were already everything I prayed for." I closed the book, pressed it to my chest, and sobbed. Because all my life I had chased perfection, success, approval. But in her eyes, I had already been enough. That truth freed me. The diary didn't just heal my grief. It healed parts of me I didn't even know were wounded. And slowly I realized it wasn't just meant to be kept on a shelf, it was meant to be shared. One evening, I read an entry to my own child. She listened, eyes wide, to her grandmother's words. She asked, "Can I keep this book when you're gone?" And in that moment, I understood. This diary was more than my mother's. It was a legacy, a gift passed down. Her words would live on, through me, through my children, through every heart touched by her love. On the very last page, she had written, "If you've made it this far, thank you for listening." I hope my words gave you comfort. Remember, even when I am gone, I am still with you. Always I closed the diary gently, and for the first time since her death, I didn't feel alone. Because love doesn't end with the last heartbeat. Sometimes it keeps writing.